everyone, it's Whippy and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome. So today we're ranking again. Please don't judge me on my results, but if you have opinions, do leave them in the comments. We are doing none other than the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I know. I love Marvel to the point where I've done hours of my own research into Marvel and just know I love Marvel. Before I go into a massive rant about how much I love Marvel, let's just start the video because we all know that I'm going to be here all day if I don't start now. We are gonna go in the timeline order. Before we start, let me show you the different categories that I've made. So it's quite similar to the one that I did for the Mortal Instruments book series, which will be tagged up here. So the top tier is iconic, then we have legendary, chef's kiss, special place in my heart, amazing but don't fully remember the whole thing, traumatizing yet beautiful, haven't watched yet so can't judge, in brackets, please don't hate me. So let's begin with Captain America the First Avenger. I think this is the photo for it. Also, before I begin, I think Enzo Garcia originally made the tier. I've just changed it to fit mine, but he's the one who created the photo, so kudos to him. Okay, anyway, Captain America the First Avenger was the first Marvel film I remember watching before I had watched any of the other Marvel films properly. I mean, I watched the original Hulk movie which came out in 2006 or stuff when I was younger. Probably shouldn't have, but it has a special place in my heart. But I think it's iconic because without Steve Rogers, this whole thing wouldn't have begun. He was the first one to be made. I know he's one of the last ones to actually join the Avengers, but he's iconic. It's iconic. We meet Bucky Barnes, for goodness sake. Also, there will be spoilers in this video. I probably should have made this disclaimer earlier. Anyway, there will be spoilers, so if you haven't watched any of these or a certain amount of these, you might want to dip. Also, I may change my mind on these, but I'm trying to be decisive from the get-go. But watch me move this movie. Or maybe not, I don't know. Moving on. Captain Marvel. Now, there's mixed reviews about Captain Marvel from the conversations I've had with friends or just people in general or seen across the internet. Firstly, I would just like to say I love Brie Larson and I love her as Carol because she just brings that energy, you know, she just brings that vibe. Some people say Captain Marvel was rushed. Some people hate it. Some people don't hate it. I'm one of the people that don't hate it and I do actually really like it. I wish they had given more time and space so that Captain Marvel could have its own sort of time to exist before the next Avengers film, but it is what it is. Again, these tiers are all positive because I don't want to spread their negativity. I'm gonna say special place in my heart right now because it does have a special place in my heart, and sometimes when I'm sad I watch Captain Marvel because it's quite empowering. Okay, Iron Man goes in iconic. There's no debate about it. I'm trying to figure out which photo is the first one. Which one is it? I think it's this photo. Oh my gosh, no. Yeah. Easier. Ooh, things are gonna get brighter. Iron Man 2 is really interesting to me. I really like the fact that they really I mean, he is human, but they've really humanized Tony and they basically, I don't know, I have so much to say about each of these films. Oh my gosh, I could literally make video essays. Maybe I should. No one wants that. I really liked the storyline in Iron Man 2 and seeing Tony be like, I'm dying, so screw it. I think I will put this as, I feel like it's a chef's kiss, you know? No, I think it's gonna go in a special place in my heart. So we've got the Incredible Hulk. Now, the version they're talking about is the 2011 version, which I have not seen, so yep. You guessed it, it's going in the haven't watched yet so can't judge, please don't hate me category. Thor. I think Thor is legendary. I think, yeah, he's legendary. I'm so bad at picking these things today, I don't know. I've watched it like 3 or 4 times and I feel like there's just a little something missing from it. Not from Thor himself, like I love him as a character and I think he's amazing. And his character development arc is chef's kiss. But, I don't know, there's just something a bit, I can't put my finger on it. I also love that we have Darcy. Like, Darcy is one of my favorite. Darcy baby. See, this is where I get confused because when I was younger, the Avengers movie was called Avengers Assemble, and I even have a DVD and the DVD says Avengers Assemble. But maybe that was just the British marketing. But now it's known everywhere as the Avengers. And I just want to know when things shifted or like where am I at the loop? The Avengers is iconic. Oh my gosh, it's iconic. It's bellissimo. I don't know what else you want me to say about it. Like it's iconic. Like you just have to watch it to understand. Multiple different big egos, but also just big characters and personalities coming together to work as a team to save mankind. What's not iconic about that? Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3 is actually one of my favourite films of all time so far that I've watched in my life. It's, I don't know what it is. It's the story, like it's a standalone, like they're all standalone films. That's the whole point of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like it's supposed to be standalone, but then when you watch them together, they all come together so well. But Iron Man 3 is something different. Loki traumatized me in a way, but it was beautiful. But I don't know if it's traumatizing yet beautiful, or if it's legendary, or if it's chef's kiss, or if it has a special place in my heart. So basically all the categories. I say traumatizing because you see Tony going through his PTSD and anxiety and learning how to cope with that, and then learning how to cope with nothing. Considering he was a playboy, philanthropist, ego, stuck up his own butt sort of person, it was nice to see him humbled, you know? We can't come back to this already. We've been doing so well. No, we're gonna come back to it. Thor Dark World. I think this just goes in amazing, but don't fully remember the whole thing because I don't fully remember the whole thing. I know that a lot happens and Loki is being annoying. The Winter Soldier. It's that film. It's the moment. I mean, the whole Nick Fury car chase scene. Samuel L. Jackson. That's it. That's what I have to say. I'm literally reliving it in my head right now. When Steve's like, Bucky? And Bucky's like, who the hell is Bucky? The angst. It's legendary. End of discussion. Also, it's the first time we meet Sam Wilson, future Captain America, thank you very much. That is my Captain America. And yes, I have 2, what about it? So this is Chef's Kiss. Oh my gosh, not that. It's Chef's Kiss. How can you not like Guardians of the Galaxy? They're so funny. Easier. Ooh, things are gonna get brighter. And they have very rational arguments. Points are always made. So yeah, it's Chef's Kiss. The second one has a special place in my heart. It's so funny. I remember watching it with someone who's like a little brother to me in the cinema, and there wasn't that many people in the cinema. I think there might have been like max 20 of us, and I was laughing the loudest, and I am not someone who is that sort of person in public, but girl, when I tell you, I was dying at all the jokes. Mantis had me. Drax, literally, there'd be points where he'd say something and I would just die, and no one else in the cinema was dying the way I was dying, and I was like, well, this is embarrassing, but I didn't care because I was having a good time, as you should. Avengers Age of Ultron is legendary, and no, we're not gonna argue about it because this is where we meet Wanda Maximoff and Pietro Maximoff, my saving twins, and Wanda is one of my favorite characters in the Marvel universe ever. It's the birth of DILF Vision. I mean, Vision is Vision. You can't argue with Vision, especially when he wields the mighty hammer. Ant-Man is Chef's Kiss. It's giving comedy. It's giving a spice. It's giving a save the ants. I don't think they're going extinct, but you know what I mean. Plus, Paul Rudd is another DILF. Try argue with me. Try argue with me. I have to honour this man. Plus he's the Ant-Man, for goodness sake. Oh, Civil War. This one, I'm gonna put in traumatizing yet beautiful because it's the first time we see our honorary king T'Challa. But also it's so traumatizing to see the divide between all these friendships that we've watched over the years. And then for Captain, oh, I can't believe he knew and never told Tony, which makes it worse. And they had that whole like moment where they were like, you're right, I'm sorry. And then boom, they're fighting each other and the shield. It's okay. I'm just gonna leave it there. Watch me start crying for nothing. Like, there's no need. I'm not watching the movie right now, so I just need to take it down 3 notches. Doctor Strange, to me, I think it's chef's kiss as well. I watched this like 4 days ago as well, again, and I love the way that Marvel incorporates science into everything. He's such an interesting character. I mean, like most of the other ones, he's an arrogant white male. When he goes through this massive trauma, but by the end of the film, you're kind of rooting for him, and you see this journey for him finding his identity and finding himself and realizing that it's not about you.
It's not about you.
There are people there dying, Cam. Plus, it's so trippy, and I love leaving after watching a film and just being left with these feelings like, what the hell did I just watch, sort of thing. Spider-Man Homecoming. Okay, please don't hate me because I love Tom Holland and I love Peter Parker as character. I have seen bits of this film, but I have not fully watched it, so don't kill me. Now we're on to the honorary King T'Challa. Iconic. There's no debate about it. It's iconic, especially for me as a black person, seeing a black superhero on screen and seeing literally thousands of people going to watch it. I'm actually getting emotional. Whoopee. I remember I went to see it the first time on Valentine's Day and the cinema was packed, and I made sure I looked cute because I was gonna go watch, you know, my dudes, but also I was gonna watch, you know, my queens slaying it on the big screen, and of course I had to look cute because I had to represent, you know. And where I live, white people are the majority, so we were one of the few black people going to see it that day, and I felt so good laughing the loudest at some of the jokes because some of the people didn't get the jokes, and I was there like tee. But yes, that film did so much for me for multiple reasons, and it has inspired me to do different things in my life, so it's iconic. Thor Ragnarok is legendary. Thor is hilarious. How can you not? He's just... And meeting a Valkyrie, I'm sorry, Thor is such a big nerd and I don't think people really clock it as much. Like, Thor is a big nerd. Do you not remember his conversations with Jane when he'd be explaining the galaxy and the universe and the 9 realms?
Your world is one of the 9 realms linked to each other, the world's tree.
Avengers Infinity War. I'm gonna put this in iconic. However, it could also be in amazing but don't remember the full thing, because I remember how iconic it was to see different people from different not universes, but I guess different realms, different parts of the Marvel Cinematic Universe just come together and become this big thing and have this massive war. But I've only ever watched it once, so I don't remember everything. I remember the most important parts of it, but I don't remember the whole thing. That's why I think it could be an amazing but don't remember the full thing. But we're gonna put it on iconic because I remember enough. And Wanda did that, and she sacrificed so much. She's gone through so much. Okay, so back off. Thank you. Next. Also, Peter Quill. What was your thought process behind that? Because I don't think it was good enough, but we move. Ant-Man and the Wasp. I will put in amazing but don't remember the full thing because I don't remember the full thing. I know there's like the ghost and she's like a girl and she's like chop changing and it's like the quantum realm sort of situation, which I think is so cool, but I don't remember much else except they shrunk a building. Endgame. This is also iconic but it's also legendary because I'm gonna put it in legendary because there are some, I can't even speak it because every time I see a meme or someone else mention it, my heart hurts. But I will say that I do love the movie 3000. Wow, that's... I'm gonna need 3 to 5 business working days after this video. I can't. Okay, we have the second Spider-Man movie. I think this is chef's kiss because, I mean, they were in Italy for goodness sake. And then London, Jacob, that's his name, right? Jacob, the guy who plays Peter's friend. Or is that his name in the thing? I can't remember, which is kind of bad, but I love these characters dearly, I promise. And Zendaya, of course. I love all the different Spider-Mans. I have Andrew Garfield's ones on DVD. Or at least I have one of them on DVD. I know it's not like as good as Tobey Maguire's one, but I like the different interpretations of it. And I like all MJs for different reasons. So Zendaya has joined that league. I just pray to God that they will not kill her, because I can't take that. I can't take multiple MJ deaths. I've had enough. Can they just like excuse that part from the comics? Do we really need another death? Do we? I don't think so. Okay, we are left with Iron Man 3. I'm thinking that it's gonna be Chef's Kiss or Legendary. It's Legendary. Yeah, okay, I'm done. I'm not touching it anymore. I'll just show you the whole thing so you can see it properly. There you have it. There's my MCU ranking. What are your thoughts on my ranking, but what are your own rankings, or what would you have done differently, or do you have anything to say? If you do, leave your opinions in the comments, because I am really intrigued to see what other people think, and I love having conversations about this. I also didn't want to do the shows because shows that have come out are separate in my opinion. Obviously they're not all separate, but they can exist in their own realm, and I could do a ranking for those as well if I wanted to. Or I could just talk about each show separately, because I have a lot to say about each. I had fun making this video. If you did enjoy this video, please like it. If you haven't subscribed yet and you want to, you know where the button is. Oh, this was so fun. Okay, I will see you very, very soon. Bye. I'm gonna need 3 to 5 business working days after this video. I can't. Easier. Ooh, things are gonna get brighter. I don't want to spread that negativity. Which one is it?
So from watching your video, it seems that you are very passionate when you're talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And would you ever think about doing a movie commentary on each of those films, or just at least one?
Yes, definitely. I've done a movie commentary before, but my laptop lacks storage, so I think that it will not be possible for a long time, and I don't have the means to sort that situation out yet. But yes, I could do a commentary for every single film. Best believe I would, and hopefully one day I will.
It also seems like you can see the characters' depth, and you talk about the characters in such a lovely light, and I'm sure you have so much more to say. But if you could choose from the original Avengers, who is your favorite? And on top of that, just the Avengers in general.
I would say from the original, it's gotta be Tony first. Yeah, it's gotta be Tony and Black Widow, just because I hadn't seen a woman be so badass on screen. Well, I kind of had, but I mean, it wasn't at that level and that intensity as I'd seen Natasha Romanoff. So yeah, probably them two, but I love them all. And then in general for Avengers, I would probably say Wanda Maximoff. Yeah, I mean, that's the only person I can think of right now who really stands out. I mean, I love them all. They all, oh, Sam Wilson and Bucky. Yes. And Loki, but I guess by the end he's an Avenger. Yes, and Loki.
And lastly, what is your favorite Marvel film? Or films, at least?
Oh, that's such a hard one. Well, actually, one of my favorites is